Welcome to the K'Sante ability reveal and rundown. Thank you so much for clicking on this video amongst the many others doing similar content. I greatly appreciate it, and I'm going to do my best to not waste your time on this one, except for a few things. Give the video a like to help in the algorithm. If you're new here, I'd love it if you joined the For Fun movement, a place dedicated to completely dumb behavior, and also checking out my clothing line, Psycho Apparel. Even just having a quick browse is greatly appreciated. So, K'Sante is the first dedicated top lane tank we've had since Ornn in 2017, and he is certainly a bit of a wild ride as far as abilities go. I was given the privilege of getting a look at him earlier this week, as well as being provided some material to show you all today. I will say that regarding his numbers and ability descriptions, I have no numbers provided, and the ability text will all be in the description of this video due to me previously having been given wrong information by Riot and me kind of getting a lot of flack for it. This way I can edit the ability text if and when an errata to that info comes out, and I hope you understand. So, K'Sante is somebody that I want to start with their ultimate, because every single ability he has a different effect based on his ultimate, and it makes a lot more sense in context to go over this first. So, K'Sante's ultimate is called All Out. K'Sante shatters his tonfas, dealing physical damage and knocking back an enemy champion. Enemies that hit a wall will take a greater amount of physical damage, they are knocked back over the wall and are briefly stunned. K'Sante then dashes after the enemy and goes all out for an extended duration. In All Out mode, K'Sante loses a percentage of max health, bonus armor, and bonus magic resistance, but K'Sante will gain attack damage, omnivamp, and it will also transform his abilities. So for this ultimate, you're basically moving into offense mode. His tonfa break to reveal blades underneath, and you're giving up that much more tanky front in favor of being able to skirmish and duel a lot more for a small duration. If you're paying attention in the trailers and the gameplay reveal, this one probably isn't much of a surprise to you. With this ability though, all of his abilities have a regular version, and then they have an effect that happens when he is in All Out mode. K'Sante's passive is called Dauntless Instinct. K'Sante's damaging abilities mark enemies hit for a short duration. Attacking a marked enemy consumes the mark to deal damage plus max health physical damage. When you're in All Out mode though, attacking a marked enemy instead deals physical damage and additional true damage. When has percentage of max health damage ever not been incredibly strong? Never mind adding true damage onto the mix there somewhere. His Q is called Ntofo Strikes. K'Sante slams his weapon, dealing physical damage in a small area around him and briefly slowing targets' hit. If an enemy is hit, K'Sante gains a stack for a short duration. At 2 stacks, K'Sante instead fires a shockwave that pulls enemies inwards. When he's in All Out mode though, the ability's cooldown is reduced and it no longer slows targets' hit. So imagine this as being kind of similar to a cross between Blitzcrank Hook, Yasuo Q, and Nasus's Q. When you're in ultimate form, the cooldown is much lower, but in the case of K'Sante, he gives up the soft CC that he would have from slowing off of Q in favor of being able to pull in more regularly and do more damage. So you do 2 stacks with your first 2 Qs, and then the third one will be like kind of similar to how Yasuo's Q worked on the third strike, except instead of it, you pull people in. Do you see what I mean now? K'Sante's W is called Pathmaker. The ability is a channel, so when you begin charging it, K'Sante raises his weapons defensively for a short duration, becoming unstoppable and reducing incoming damage. On release, he rams forward, dealing a percentage of max health physical damage, knocking back and stunning enemies he passes through for a short duration based on the charge time. All Out refreshes this ability's cooldown, the damage reduction is increased, it deals additional amounts of physical damage based on the charge time, and the charge and the dash speed are both doubled. Imagine Aurelia W meets Ornn E, minus the wall, that's what you're looking at. Looks to me so far like K'Sante has a whole lot of max health damage, which is super nasty, but being able to channel that unstoppable into a charge to maybe escape incoming CC and damage seems really spicy. Finally, his E is called Footwork. K'Sante dashes, gaining a shield for a short duration. If he dashes to an ally, the distance is significantly increased and they are also shielded. Other spells can also be cast during this ability, so when going all out, the ability's dash speed is increased, and also dashing to a targeted location has increased range and it can go over walls. The dash radius on this when he's in normal mode is pretty tiny, and you can go over walls without being all out, provided you're dashing to a teammate. But beyond that though, a little extra movement to place yourself better in lane and the potential to maybe even be flexed into bot lane is really interesting. And that is pretty much it for K'Sante. Honestly, my mind is already screaming with potentially dumb builds you could rock on him. Thinking about going attack speed, Blade of the Rune King type beats to shred max health, or running him as a support and just being an offensive Braum. Seems like a really cool top laner regardless. What do you think about him after this? Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you did make it to the end, K'Sante will be hitting the PBE on Tuesday the 18th. That's a public beta environment, not the live servers. So subscribe to the channel, as I'll be one of the first amongst the community, hopefully, to post a video on him alongside some extra spicy, really stupid builds over the coming days. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and also shopcycle.com. See you later.